the whip, the next guy that says kerfuffle.
Kerfuffle. You're very kerfuffly today. Much like canoodling. Hello, welcome to episode 118 of Converse In The Ninjaverse Mid-Conversation. I'm Will.
I'm Chris.
And I'm Mike.
And we're kerfuffly.
Will's back from all his gender reassignment. He's not a dolphin anymore after that happened. he's this.
I'm back
missed
to Will.
it.
I'm back to Will. I went through.
Actually, no, you didn't want to be Will. Is what you told us. You wanted to be Edmund.
Oh, I'm Edmund now.
And you decided you were
Edmund the Dolphin Lad or whatever.
Oh.
See, this is what happens when you miss like 6 shows in a row.
It wasn't 6 shows in a row.
We told everybody that you're a man trapped in the body of a woman who is trapped in the body of a man who is trapped in the body of a dolphin who just decided to go back to the beginning.
I was born a poor black child.
But you can at least get married now.
Yes. Hold on. I had a lot of shit going on. I started a new job, so I'm actually have real money now instead of fake money. And
you were trying to like buy tacos with like Monopoly money.
Oh my God, you don't even.
Homie, your money's no good here.
Yeah.
Oh wait, that's real money.
I could be like that dude that sent Bethesda 11 pounds of bottle caps to pay for Fallout 4. What is that? A bottle caps?
This is my bottle caps.
Well, the joke of it is that's the currency in Fallout is bottle caps. So in order to pay for his pre-order, he sent them like 11 pounds of bottle caps, and they honored it, and they're sending the kid Fallout 4.
As well they should.
And he said because he was the first one to do it, meaning don't anybody else send Bethesda bottle caps, you get shit.
Yeah, I was going to say now every swinging dick in the world is going to be sending, oh, I can do this too, I'm clever.
Yeah. But hey. Alright,
Where the fuck did he get 11 pounds of bottle caps?
Saving them up since Fallout 3. And he was just saving because in the game, like I said, after the radiation and the bombs and all that, that's the currency, is bottle caps. So he just, because he's such a Fallout fan, he was just saving bottle caps just because. And then when they announced Fallout 4, he's like, well, let's see if this works. And he sent them 11 pounds of bottle caps.
I have about $13 worth of bottle caps here. So
nice. So you figure the collector's edition of the game is $120, so he's getting bottle caps free.
Okay.
All right. So
fantastic.
Before we get to the news of the week, let's talk about the box office from this past weekend.
The box office. Number one, again, was Jurassic World. That took in $54.5 million, has taken in $500 million domestically.
Worldwide.
And that is the biggest movie of the year. Rest in peace, Avengers.
Rest in pasta.
That's in its third week. Number 2 was Inside Out. That took in $52.3 million. $185 million. Yeah, that was one of the 2 we were going to go see this weekend. Only got to go see one. Saw Jurassic World. I'll talk about that in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Number 3 is the movie Why the Fuck Did They Make This Movie? Ted 2.
Yeah.
Surprisingly took in. It just doesn't look good. The first one kind of said all it needed to be said.
Yeah.
I don't really need it again. And no Mila Kunis. I don't want to see it.
Are you saying that maybe Seth MacFarlane has beaten a joke to death like a dead horse?
Yes.
Seth MacFarlane? No, not him.
I mean, it looks like it's got some funny dick and fart jokes.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's something that I'm going to laugh at when I catch it on cable or get a hold of it on a DVD.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have any huge desire to go out and see it. The Red Band trailer looked funnier than the regular trailer. Somebody I talked to said a lot of the funnier stuff is the stuff that's in the trailers. It's
a movie about a talking teddy bear, and it doesn't have Mila Kunis in it. I don't want to see it.
Yeah, I noticed that.
I think she was preggers, so she couldn't be in it.
She's pregnant now, apparently.
Yeah, I think so, too.
So, and
jeez, Ashton Kutcher must have just got real tired of, he was real happy to be banging young chick now and not dusty old Demi Moore.
That's to blow dust off. All right.
Throw all Bruce Willis's heroin.
Number 4 was Max. It took in $12 million.
All All right, now I saw a poster for that. What is Max?
Max is a movie about, I guess
I got the description right here. A military dog from Afghanistan is adopted by his late handler's grieving family in the U.S., where his close bond with the soldier's brother leads to a life-altering revelation in the family-friendly adventure from MGM.
Oh, wow, MGM. They're bringing back the dog movies.
Yeah.
Yes, so it's Max. He's not mad. He's
not
Max.
mad.
Yeah, because I saw the poster for Max, and it kind of almost had the coloring of Mad Max. I'm like, is there a dog named Max in the Mad Max movie?
When I went to the movies on Saturday to see Jurassic World, there was, like, on the marquee, there was Mad Max, and in the next theater down was Max, and it was just... Am I seeing things?
Mad Max.
It's Rotten Tomatoes isn't great. It's getting 38%.
Yeah, it's a family dog movie. They never.
I'm sure it's one of. I can't watch any of them dog tearjerker movies.
Yeah, I'll be a mess. And then coming in at number 5 is Spy. That took in $7.9 million, and that took in $88.4 million total.
That's doing really well, actually.
Yeah, it's doing not too bad. That's in its 4th week.
Yeah, it's supposed to be really funny. I'll see it eventually. I always see those.
Yeah, it's got a good Rotten Tomatoes rating too. That's looking at 95%.
Yeah, and that's Paul Feig or whatever the hell his name is, right? That's directing it.
I think so.
The same guy did The Heat, and he's doing Ghostbusters. So that is right there the sole reason why I think this Ghostbusters movie has a chance.
This Ghostbusters movie is gonna suck.
Before the show, I showed them the uniforms and the proton pack. I don't mind it. I love the uniform. I think the uniform is actually pretty badass. And I see that uniform going forward with the rumored Channing Tatum, Chris Pratt Ghostbusters.
I'm just not excited about a new Ghostbusters movie.
Yeah.
At least it doesn't have a Ghostbusters 3 symbol on the shoulder. It's just
I mean, for me, like, the first one was just the first one is so good. And anything after that, it's kind of starting to get like having that Matrix effect, where the first Matrix movie was so fucking good.
It was so good.
And then the second one was so mediocre that it made the first one not so good. And then the third one was so awful, I can't even watch the first one anymore.
See,
it took me a long time to get back and watch the first one after that third one.
I wanted to show Harley the first one. I think she'd love it, but we just haven't
that third one put such a stank on the first one.
You know what's funny about...
What?
I just can't do it.
I know we holler about the Matrix all the time in the third Matrix movies. But what I've kind of noticed about Ghostbusters, and especially Ghostbusters 2, when it came out, it wasn't a big hit, and everybody was just kind of like disappointed in it. But then that was one of those movies they played the hell out of on cable.
It's kind of
and I think in a juxtaposition of nothing else decent came out, nothing else funny, nothing else in that vein of family-friendly, funny came out, aside for Ghostbusters 2. So I think Ghostbusters 2 just got better because everything else around it stank so much.
See, I think I'm one of the few people that actually I don't mind Ghostbusters 2.
I don't hate
I like Ghostbusters 2 a lot. I got a fucking, what's his name portrait?
Vigo?
Vigo,
yeah. Vigo!
But yeah,
it just applies to him.
It's not the first one, and that's kind of what I feel like is going to happen here. I hope that I'm wrong. I hope that the movie is great, but I don't have high hopes for
it. I don't know.
I just think it's going to be so different, and the jokes are going to be different, and it's. I hope it's not going to be like the stereotypical type of jokes.
And I think some of it for me, too, is I'm starting to go on Melissa McCarthy overload. I'm just kind of like, oh, she's in another fucking movie? Really?
She's on fire right now.
And she is, and good for her. I mean, she's funny. I'm just kind of...
I think one of the things...
to me, she's better in smaller doses. Like, she was phenomenal in like the bit character in This Is 40.
Oh my god. I love
just as like the angry mother, and then like the post-credit scene of her just riffing on
I have very high nipples.
Angry was hysterical. But I don't know if I can just I don't know if I could do her in a whole movie. She's hysterical in Bridesmaids, but I just don't know if I can get behind her in a whole movie.
Identity Thief was good.
Yeah, it was alright.
All right. But enough Melissa McCarthy. You went to see Jurassic World.
I went to see Jurassic World, and it was good. I don't know if it was $500 million good.
I think a lot of that is nostalgia dollars.
I think a lot. I know a lot of it is nostalgia. I teared up the first time like they were flying into the island and the music came up. I was like, "Oh, it's Jurassic Park." I enjoyed it. It kind of, although the ending, and I'll get Mike's opinion on this after he sees it, and yours as well once you see it.
We'll revisit it next week.
I think the ending dragged out a little much, like a little. They could have wrapped it up 20 minutes earlier than they did. There was a lot in it that was, I mean, it's not. There's a lot you're going to see. You're going to be introduced to characters, and you go, "Oh, I know what's going to happen to him," and I know what's going to happen to him.
Is it like Snakes on a Plane? That the characters you want to die. The characters.
Pretty much. I mean, it's a Jurassic Park. It's a dinosaur. It's a fucking dinosaur movie.
Now,
the people that
in Jurassic Park, did you notice? I don't know how secluded it is, but I saw it advertised, and especially over last weekend when I happened to be at resorts in Atlantic City, which I guess Jimmy Buffett's got a piece of.
Yeah, Margaritaville.
Jimmy Buffett has a cameo in Jurassic World.
Yes.
Yes, he does. Yes,
at Margaritaville, yeah, and they're repeatedly showing the clips because one of the only places that was open one of the days that we were there trying to get lunch was Margaritaville, so we're watching the Jurassic Park Margaritaville.
Yes, that weekend I made myself very comfortable at the It's 5 O'Clock Somewhere bar.
Yes.
I believe you got a text message that said you have to come get me.
People down there I would have gone to visit.
Yeah, we were at the
trivia thing, right?
The trivia thing, but we'll talk about that in a minute. But yeah, it was thoroughly enjoyable. I liked it. My wife liked it. It was the perfect direct sequel to the first one.
Yeah, I heard Lost World and 3 kind of.
Yeah, they're just not talked about. They're not really, which is good because they shouldn't ever be talked about. There's some really cool throwback moments to the original Jurassic Park, which kind of, it's to a point where it reminds you, hey, we're on the same island. It was solid. It really was. I don't know.
Everybody had no anticipation for it. Everybody's like, "Oh, this is gonna be terrible."
I think I went on board as soon as I saw the trailer. I'm like, I need to see this movie, and I absolutely enjoyed it. It was a perfect summer popcorn flick. I mean, it's making all the money.
Well, this weekend is more nostalgia money with Terminator Genisys.
We'll see how that does. I'm kind of hearing.
I'm hearing mixed things.
About it.
James Cameron says it's good, but he made Avatar, so what does he know?
Yeah. But yeah, if you haven't seen Jurassic World yet, definitely go check it out. Maybe talk a little bit more in depth about it next week if you guys do get to see it this weekend.
Yeah, I'm going Sunday.
Chris Pratt was excellent, although he played Star-Lord.
Indiana Star-Lord.
He played Indiana Star-Lord with dinosaurs.
Fantastic.
Kids were a little obnoxious.
As they should be.
They were a little.
Come on, the kid from the freaking original Jurassic Park was annoying. The little boy.
No, these two are even worse.
Really? Because I hated that kid.
Yeah, these two are a little worse.
Not as much as I hate Joffrey, but I hated that kid. Now,
I actually don't want to say that. I liked the kid from Iron Man 3.
Oh, he was in it?
He's the youngest kid. The kid from Iron Man 3. It was the older teenage kid that I just was like hoping that at some point something was going to jump out and eat him.
Someone needs to eat your face.
Pretty much. The entire movie, I'm just going like, I want this kid to get eaten. I want this kid to get eaten. I want this kid to. Why isn't he getting eaten yet?
I kind of want to get the Lego Jurassic Park game.
Oh, absolutely.
When it goes on sale.
I saw the Lego Jurassic Park game. I bought it from my nephew.
Oh, did you?
And so I got to see a little bit of it. It looks fun. Yeah. And now he's all psyched because he's just at that age where he can start watching Jurassic Park movies. So this weekend he's like, we're going to a beach house. So he's like, I'm bringing Jurassic Park. He's telling me. I'm like, okay, we're watching Jurassic Park.
But nice. This one made me want to, like, and I haven't yet just because the rest of the weekend was kind of shitty. But it made me want to sit down and watch the first one again. So I highly recommend it if you haven't seen it yet.
Cool. So
I had a little bit. I did a couple movie viewings over the weekend. Nothing new.
Okay.
But I did finally see Kingsman.
Yeah, I haven't seen that yet. I
haven't seen it yet either, but I hear such good things about it.
Awesome.
Cool.
It was fantastic. It was everything that's cool about your modern action flick combined with everything that was cool in old James Bond movies like Bulletproof Umbrellas and watches that shoot sleep darts and things like that. And it's even very aware of itself, of what it's trying to be. But it has everything you want in it and everything you want out of one of those movies.
But is it better than If Looks Could Kill? The Richard Grieco spy movie.
I saw If Looks Could Kill, the Richard Grieco spy movie, in the theater when it came out.
I don't know if I would brag about that.
That's a good movie.
I was a big 21 Jump Street fan.
Yeah.
I like that.
And
that doesn't surprise me at all.
It was, it was... Yes, it's better than If Looks Could Kill.
Okay.
It's actually really, really good. I was thoroughly impressed
Quintessential spy movie.
With that movie. And then the other thing I saw, and I forgot to kind of tell you guys about this in the pre-show, it was a birthday present that I got in April that I finally went to. I guess they called it Princess Bride and Inconceivable Evening with Carrie Elways.
We were supposed. Mary and I were supposed to go to that back in end of May, early June, I think. But he had to reschedule for something, so we didn't get to go.
So it got rescheduled. I wound up getting tickets, and I wound up going. Now, what I didn't realize, because I guess I didn't read enough into it, I just thought it was a Q&A thing, a Q&A piece, where he was going to be where he's kind of telling stories and then taking questions. And I mean, it completely made sense, but I didn't realize they were going to do this. They showed the film beforehand.
Nice.
So I got to see the movie in a movie theater with well, not a movie theater. It was New Jersey Performing Arts Center. Real nice. 4,000 seat theater, 4,500 seat theater.
Nice.
Ornate. It had a nice feel to it. I want to start by saying, what happened over the weekend with me and Chris was our grandfather passed away. And if there's a movie you don't want to watch the day your grandfather dies,
yeah,
it's
that
Princess
would be the
Bride.
movie.
Mm-hmm.
So I laughed through crying for the whole 90 minutes of Princess Bride.
Wow.
Nice.
It was, therapeutic, cathartic, all these things. And one of the great things about that movie and it being such a cool family movie that, 3 generations now pretty much enjoyed it. Sitting there in a theater of people, if you go see Rocky Horror Picture Show and people shout lines at the screen, and if you go see some of the horror things, or if you go see some of the stuff, people react in different ways.
Mm-hmm.
In Princess Bride, with the theater full of people, they were saying the lines, but in the reverence of church, not doing it over the top.
Yeah.
Just at the first, before the fencing scene, when Inigo Montoya is telling his story, and he tells I'm going to see the man, I'm going to say hello. My name, when he's doing that,
Mm-hmm.
the whole audience said it. But they
Awesome.
didn't shout it. They didn't play it up. They just said it at the same pitch and tenor that he did.
You kind of have to with that
That's
line.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't just be
They
like,
did it, they do it at a couple other points. And then it's at the wedding scene, it's the whole, 4,000 people went, marriage.
Marriage is what brings us here today.
So it was fun to watch it with people, and then Carrie Elways came on and told stories. He kind of told, because he wrote this book about the making of the movie, because it's this movie that's kind of become that slowly over time became this iconic thing, for something that didn't do well in theaters because they don't know how to market it.
Yeah.
Because it's a comedy, it's an action movie, it's got a name like for an art film. It's it just didn't. None of it worked.
My kids, if they have a friend that hasn't seen that movie, they make them come over and watch that movie. Like
as well they should.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was so funny with it was they were showing, Carrie always was telling stories, and he said in Italy they didn't know how to market it, so they designed this picture, this poster, and it had Arnold Schwarzenegger on the cover from like Conan the Destroyer holding the sword. They kind of give it this sword and sandal feel, but it's, the Princess Bride.
That's awesome.
And he said when he wrote the book, he went and talked to all the cast members to kind of get their blessing and get some stories from them. And if you look at the cast, it's very, it's an interesting group of funny, Billy Crystal and Rob Reiner working on a movie together. I don't want to tell all his stories, but one of the ones that was really funny was in the Mostly Dead scene when they go to Miracle Max. And Carrie Elways is laying there, and Rob Reiner comes up to him and says, "We can see you breathing. Try not to breathe so much. Try to hide it. Try to be still." Is it? So he goes, "Okay." And with the Billy Crystal stuff, it was Billy Crystal had a couple lines in the script, but the rest of it was going to be him filling it in. So Rob Reiner turned to Billy Crystal and just said, "All right, go for it." And Carrie Elways says, "I'm laying there trying to play dead," and Billy Crystal goes into 3 hours of Yiddish medieval stand-up.
I'm totally putting this on my Amazon wish list right the fuck now, by the way.
Yeah, the book sounds fantastic. He was, and his interaction with the people, the Q&A stuff, there was a woman who had survived lupus, and I guess she had read the book while she was in the hospital. And he jumped down off the stage and came down and gave her a hug and signed her book for her.
Nice.
And one of the last questions for the Q&A was asked by this little girl, and she seemed pretty nervous. And he goes, "Hold on, I'm going to come down there to answer you." And he came down and he stood there with his arm around her and talked with her, and gave her a hug and stuff like that. It was, he's a guy who loves, I guess, talking about, it's his most iconic movie.
Well, I know on the Blu-ray and the DVD, he actually, while they were filming, he was filming his own kind of documentary for himself about all these people he was meeting, and he's like interviews. Like, it's on my Blu-ray that I have. Yeah. Just all of his video logs that he has from.
Oh, that's great.
Recording, yeah.
He must have told 6 stories about Andre the Giant.
I was going to ask if he said what he had to say about Andre.
He had a bunch of great stories about Andre. He had, I don't know, I don't want to tell all his stories, but just talked about being with Andre, drinking with Andre doing Andre things.
Being all Andre-like.
Yeah, well,
drinking with Andre would have been a
fantastic title.
Fantastic sequel to My Breakfast with Lassie.
He did tell a story about drinking after the premiere. He never went out drinking with Andre during the film because he didn't want to get all tuned up while he was filming. It was his first big break. He was all worried about being fired. So after the premiere, they were in New York City, and they went around to a bunch of different bars. And Andre took him to all these bars that he loves, and everybody knew Andre, and they made Andre's special drink, which was a beer pitcher filled with all kinds of different alcohol. And through the course of the night, Carrie always notices a guy in one bar, and then they go to another bar, and that guy's there. And then they go to a third bar, and that guy's there. And he's starting to get worried. You know, at first he's like, all right, somebody's just following us. And then it was happening again. He's like, oh, so Andre might have a stalker. And he goes, I guess it's not really if this guy wants to be a problem, I guess Andre can handle himself. But he kind of felt obligated. And he said, Andre, I don't know, you know, there's this guy over here. You know, he's been following us. And Andre turns and looks, and he goes, oh, don't worry about it, boss. That's okay. And he tells the bartender, he goes, make sure you get my friend a drink over there. And he said, apparently back then, you know, through the course of his career, there had been an incident at some point about Andre being out drinking and maybe passing out and landing on top of somebody.
No.
So to prevent any issues, the NYPD sent a police officer to follow Andre whenever he was out and about and drinking in New York.
Nice.
Kind of like Godzilla, like just in case.
He just turns into the Hulk. That's awesome.
I just imagine this cop walking around with a big tranquilizer gun, like
looking like the hunter from Jumanji.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. So the book, I haven't picked the book up yet, but it sounds hysterical.
I'll be
Gary always was just such a great, sweet guy, talking to everybody about the movie, and his emotion seemed genuine, and he was so enthused that so many people, you know, love what the movie was and love him for it, and you know, everybody that was in it. You know, he said Wallace Shawn can't go anywhere or do anything without people coming up to him and screaming inconceivable in his face.
Of course.
As well as should be happening.
Yes.
If I saw him, that's probably the first. I would be like, this is
inconceivable. 20 years ago, when I was in college, and I was taking theater history and playing script interpretation and things. And the woman that was teaching those classes for me she was involved in the New York theater world at some level. So she had met different people, and she started telling this story about being at a party, you know, being at these different Broadway parties. Mm-hmm. And she goes, oh, and I got to be friends. I got to meet this guy, you know, this actor, Wallace Shawn. And she starts talking about different movies that he's in, kind of these art pictures and these different Broadway shows that he's done. And we're all like... And she finally goes, he's the guy that says inconceivable in Princess Bride.
Oh!
And a whole classroom goes, ah!
Why'd you just say that? You know, beat around the bush. But yeah, that sounds awesome. I'm totally buying this book tomorrow.
Yeah, and if anybody's in a town where Carrie Elways is coming through with this thing, it's definitely worth going to check out, just to see the movie in a theater full of people.
I'd love to.
Which I never had the opportunity to do. I remember when the movie came out and not having any interest in it for exactly the reason he said, because of the way they advertised it. You didn't know what it was about.
Yeah.
And then when it came to cable and I watched it, it's like, oh, I love this movie.
Yeah. I remember hearing about it in WWF magazine.
Because of Andre.
Yeah, because of Andre. That's how I found out about it. I'm like, oh, this looks pretty cool. And then I never saw it in the theater. Then it came out, and I actually bought the book when I got a little older and read the book. The book is fantastic.
Yeah, my brother has the book.
Yeah.
And the same guy who wrote the book wrote the screenplay.
Yep.
So I can't recommend that enough to people. If it's coming through, I don't know what kind of tour dates he's doing, and I know he's doing just book signings. He's doing this Q&A thing. He was selling. He wasn't sitting there doing a signing, but he signed 1,000 or so books for them to sell at the theater there.
Mm-hmm.
So it was, he was doing a good job with it. It definitely was a lot of fun. It was put together well, and it was a great experience for a movie. You know, see a movie I never got to see in the theater like that. And apparently they're doing another one that's going to come through at NJ Pack again in New Jersey in December. they're doing the Breakfast Club with Molly Ringwald.
Nice.
Stop. Oh my God! I would take my kids. They love the Breakfast Club. They love that movie. We're gonna go see it. Oh my God!
Now I could see a Breakfast Club audience yelling lines at the theater.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Smoke up, Johnny. I'm trying to.
Does
Look.
Barry Manilow know you raided his wardrobe?
Could you describe the ruckus, sir?
That's awesome. Now, speaking of shows rolling through town.
Well, before we do that, let's back up a little bit.
Okay.
Mike and I alluded to this earlier when I said we were talking about Jimmy Buffett and Atlantic City.
Oh, yes.
And I had said that there was a point in a weekend where Mike got a text message. I got a text message from Mike saying, "We're checking into the hotel. Come meet us." And I text messaged him back, "No, you have to come to me."
Much like my wedding.
Much like your wedding. Well, I was sitting at the bar for like 3 hours waiting for people to show up. But we had mentioned this a while back on the show, that Mike and I took part with a bunch of other people. We took part in the National Tavern Trivia Championships.
Mm-hmm.
World Tavern Trivia National Championships, with first prize being $5,000.
Did you win?
Of which
We're still
won
doing this show. No.
$0. Well, it's not like we could have retired on splitting $5,000.
I know.
2,500 for you, 2,500 for me. It's easy living, brother. We're gonna live like kings for the next hour and a half.
Put it all on black.
We are the 21st best trivia team in the nation.
I'd say world, because it is World Tavern Trivia.
Did you lose to Japan?
But, dude, these questions, I got a fucking hockey question wrong.
It was because it's something that we do at the bar. You're drinking beers, you're having dinner, you're answering questions at the bar. We have a ball. We come in first place 9 out of 10 times, 99 out of 100 times, whatever you want to say.
I was earlier in that day. I was getting my mind nice and limber.
Yeah, and the issue was I got down there a little later than I expected. Chris got down there earlier than he expected, and he sat in the bar for the better part of 3 or 4 hours.
Yeah.
And Chris's answer to everything was Papa Smurf.
Might as well.
It turned into that Aqua Teen Hunger Force episode when they were playing Tavern Trivia.
Nice.
I'm pretty sure the answer is the Backstreet Boys.
We did get the NSYNC Backstreet Boys question right, though.
Of course.
Yes, we did.
But I got the fucking hockey question wrong.
Terrible.
But that was a lot of fun. We met some cool people. You're getting a special kind of
nerd
weirdo in this, I guess, because it's not just a nerd, but it's the drinking nerd, and it's the drinking nerd who's there with his jock friend who knows, the lineup of the 1986 Minnesota Twins, and with the
my
history
answer
nerd.
Is not baseball.
Just as long as you get Kirby Puckett.
I got that question right. I got the.
Yes, we got a Minnesota Twins question.
No, I called a bug. Awesome.
Okay, Mr. Miyagi.
Got that shit.
So we did drunk trivia, and actually, while I'm thinking about this, we'll segue kind of seamlessly into this. Another thing that's been affecting our weekends, because they had it at resorts in Atlantic City, and apparently now it's become hard to get New Jersey because everybody in New Jersey fell in love with it, and that's what I'm drinking right now. Not your father's root beer.
It's amazing.
We tried it. Chris's sister had a baby shower a couple weeks ago. My cousin, my other cousin, my cousin Daryl, and my other cousin Daryl, and we started drinking it then. And every weekend thus far,
I have 2 bottles in the fridge. I would have been drinking them tonight, but I wanted to get a little more drunk. So,
Now, this is a 5.6, 5.9 alcohol, 5.9 alcohol by volume beer.
Oh.
How do they describe it?
They have 3 different levels of it, too. They've got the 5.9, I think 10.6, and there's a very, very, very limited edition, 19.7. And I need to get my fucking hands on that.
They describe it as root beer. It's not your father's root beer. Ale with the taste of spices. And when I tell you, and I'll put a hand on the fucking Bible and tell you, it tastes just like root beer.
Really? I was running around my sister's baby shower with a bottle of this stuff, running up to people I haven't seen in 20 years. Like, you got to try this. And everybody who tried it, their eyes got as big as saucers. My father, who doesn't drink beer at all, tried it and was like, I'd drink that.
That's like that beer we had at Gina's surprise party. That it was like a chocolate something. I liked it. I drank the whole bunch of them.
That's something you could drink.
This is better than any. Yeah.
This is something you could literally sit and drink a case of and not think twice about it.
Because it's not like a chocolate beer or a coffee beer where you're like, oh, it's kind of got a fun flavor. And it doesn't taste like beer.
It tastes like fucking root beer, man.
It tastes really like a Stewart's root beer. It tastes like it's... And to the point where a friend of mine, in an experimentation...
Please tell me he put ice cream in it.
Oh, he put fucking ice cream in it.
Really?
Oh. And he drizzled a little bit of rum over the ice cream, so he had...
See, I'm not a big beer drinker, but I'm about to go buy some tomorrow.
It's like
you can't find it.
You can't find it anywhere.
I'll find it.
I just read an article that everybody in New Jersey went nuts over it, and now you can't get it. It's on back order here.
As I said,
the gin mill that I go to,
fridge, and I'm
getting on tap.
What's the name of this beer?
It's called Not Your Father's Root Beer.
I should have remembered that.
Write it down.
I'm Googling it.
Google it.
It is hands down, and we don't talk. Mike and I were talking that earlier that day before we had picked that up about doing like a kind of a happy hour kind of podcast. But we don't talk much beer on this show. But if you find it, pick it up. Even if you don't like beer, pick it up.
It's from Small Town Brewery in Wauconda, Illinois. It's an Illinois beer that is popular in Jersey.
Black Panther makes it. Is that what you're telling me? It's from the scientists in Wakanda.
It arrives in kegs made out of vibranium.
Wauconda. That's Wakanda.
That is.
Illinois.
It was secretly imported here by Claw.
That's what he uses that sound gun for. That's to get that B-roll good and funny.
But it's amazing. Oh, it's so amazing.
And Chris had to leave the trivia thing to head back to Harrisburg, PA. And we had been drinking the better part of the day. And we were going to wrap things up. And I'm like, I'm like, this bar over here in Resorts has this Not Your Father's Root Beer. And my dad, who is maybe a 3 beer a day guy, give or take, and he had probably pushed the limits on that. He was like, oh, no, I'm done. I'm not going to have any more beer. And then he's like, oh, they got that? He goes, I could have one of those. Because it just doesn't, you can get sick of beer sometimes. And this is like, oh, I'm going to have a soda. Oh, this is a booze soda.
It's a beer soda. Fantastic.
Totally going to buy it.
And Mary actually went out and got me ice cream before we started the show. So I may be pouring one and putting the ice cream in that when we're done here.
I might have to do the same thing, too. I might have to run out and get ice cream, but I could do that. There's a 7-Eleven down the street.
You need Haagen-Dazs.
I don't care what it is, man. As long as
I'm not a big Haagen-Dazs guy. Haagen-Dazs to me tastes like they're trying too hard.
Yeah.
I'm a Turkey Hill guy.
I am definitely a Turkey Hill guy.
I will either go Turkey Hill or I will go store brand. Because we were brought up on store brand ice cream.
Yeah. That is true.
Or as our grandfather would call it, Gidunk.
Which, for the better part of my life, or my early life, till I was about 15 or 16, I thought Gidunk was Hungarian for ice cream.
Yeah, but it's not. It's a Navy term.
Yes, I went on a Navy boat.
And there's a thing. It says, yeah.
And it was on a machine that said Gidunk. And I'm like, that's an ice cream machine. It was like finding out secrets.
Yes.
And I remember going to him and I'm like, Gidunk is Navy for ice cream. And he's like, yeah.
Just to let you know, you can't buy Not Your Father's Root Beer on Amazon, because I just looked.
Okay.
I'm just letting you know. Sometimes
what it's going for on eBay.
It's
gonna be like the Twinkies a couple of years back. 6-packs of it are going to be going for like $200.
Oh my god, that was so dumb. I remember that.
And then like 3 months later, we had Twinkies again. I'm just,
my Facebook page, it was hysterical because every weekend on my Facebook page, I'd have 3 or 4 people putting up a picture of this Not Your Father's Root Beer.
Wait, they're selling an empty 6-pack case for $3.99 of Not Your Father's Root Beer on eBay. Not Your Father's Root Beer, empty bottle with bottle cap, $3.75.
I'm telling you, man, you gotta find it.
I'm gonna
blow somebody if you have to.
I'm gonna go to Mystic Island Casino tomorrow.
I have never seen an unintentional viral marketing campaign like this. That it's literally just word of mouth. It's people going, "Have you tried this?" No.
And I
fucking try it.
Yeah. And I've seen, being that I'm out here in PA and you know we are the home of Trogs, I have seen beer sell out quickly, especially what I'm drinking now. The Nugget Nectar sells out ridiculously quick. I picked up a case of it the day it came out. This sells out like I went to the liquor store like early that morning, the morning of the shower, and picked up beer for everybody else. And then for whatever reason, we decided, hey, we needed more beer, so we went back to the liquor store.
Well, you know why we needed more beer? Because we got stuck at staying at the shower. We were supposed to go out to a bar. And then all of a sudden it turned out like, well, if we're going to be here, I'm going to need to be fucking drinking. And we're going to be looking at ribbon bow hats and things like that.
I walked into the liquor store at noon, and they had a full display of this stuff. When we went back at 3:30, 4 o'clock, there was like 1 6-pack left.
Oh, shit.
So, if you see it anywhere, pick it up.
All right, you keep talking about beer. I will be right back. Because
I bought the last 2 6-packs at my liquor store last week. It was my niece's birthday, and I was bringing some beer. And I went to the liquor store, and I would have bought the whole case, but they didn't have a case. They had 2 beers. They had 2 6-packs, which we had one at the party, and I stashed the other one in my house.
Yeah, which was a good call.
It's and then for it to be, as I flipped through Facebook, and there's 3, 4 people putting up a picture of it, and it was great at the casino where people were just like, "Have you had this? Have it." At the bar, there's 5 or 6 of us in a row drinking it in AC.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that was us at the shower, just running up to people like, "You gotta try this." Like my father, who is not a beer drinker at all, was like, "I could sit and drink a couple of those." My wife still said it tasted like beer, but
Well, I mean, if you're not a big root beer person, root beer has an unusual taste. Root beer is kind of a love-hate thing. If you don't like root beer tastes.
I think if I would have had it in a glass and handed it to her, she would have said, "That's really good root beer." And then I would have said, "It's it is what it is." But I think I was like, at that point, I was like, "You got to try this beer that tastes like root beer," and that was kind of all she tasted was beer.
I think we're gonna have to move on to another subject before Will gets back.
To another subject.
I found this real quick article, and I mean, this is just something that bounce off here real quick. This says Fox is looking at turning Fatal Attraction into a series.
Really?
I think a mini-series, like an 8-part thing or 9-part.
I could do a mini-series. I don't know if I could do a weekly episodic.
No, yeah, I think it would get old quick. And I like that where it seems like they're doing more of a contained miniseries with some things on American television now, where they're only giving us 8 episodes or 9 episodes of something, and it's better.
Yeah.
Where they're not flooding it. Like Louis is fantastic because he makes 9 awesome episodes, and that's what he gives you.
Yeah, and same thing with The Walking Dead, where you have, Walking Dead is split, but you're getting for the season you're getting 16 episodes.
Yeah.
So I think that's a good way to go about things because you don't lose the interest.
Yeah, I definitely agree because you're not putting out, you don't have to do filler episodes of things. So I think doing a series, and also I like the idea of, hey, we're going to do a series. It's going to be 3 seasons, 8 episodes apiece, and that's it. So there's kind of a beginning, middle, and end.
That's actually a good lead into to one of the notes that I had on here was they just released the Heroes Reborn trailer.
I just watched it today.
Which I don't know if Will just said he watched, and I don't know if you've seen it, Mike, but it kind of we've talked about Heroes, a handful of times on here where it started out so strong, and then was a victim of the writers' strike.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where it just really after that first season, which was so strong, and I remember, well before podcasting and all that, I had a guy I worked with whose wife worked for NBC, so I got an advanced copy of the pilot, and I watched it, and I'm like, this is amazing, this is a great show. But then after that first season, it just really floundered.
Yeah, I watched all the seasons.
I lost interest in that second season. I just was like, this just isn't.
That second season had some problems. They kept Hero in Japan too long.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. Hero was in Japan too long, and there was just all this other stuff that just didn't flow. But I'm excited about this new Heroes series.
Yeah.
And they're looking at doing that as a miniseries, or
it's a limited series. Yes,
it's a limited series. It's not. It's 8 episodes.
13 episodes. I think it's
yeah, something like that. So I'm looking forward to that.
And Zachary Levi is the bad guy.
Yeah, Chuck.
Damn it,
Chuck is the bad guy.
I know. Let's see other things that we have.
Did you guys see the Creed trailer?
Yes,
I saw it. I was kind of like I'm on board for it, but I just wasn't. I wasn't as impressed as everybody else, it seems, with the trailer. But maybe I need to watch it again.
I'm totally down with it.
I'm excited for it. I'll see it, but the trailer didn't necessarily wow me.
It's one of those things that if I hadn't seen the name of the trailer first, and you just showed me the trailer, and I'm like, oh, here's a boxing movie about a guy, and he's got to follow in his father's footsteps as a boxer, and then for it to come together in the trailer that, oh shit, it's Apollo Creed's son, and there's Rocky, and he's going to train him.
Yeah.
But I think because I knew it's been on the books for so long, and I was waiting.
And I think that was the other thing. Like I was just like the entire time I'm like watching this trailer, I'm waiting for the Rocky reveal. And it just didn't seem like there was enough Rocky in it for me. I guess.
Well, that's the thing. It's not a Rocky story.
It's not a Rocky.
It's this other story.
No, it's not. It's a different story, and I get that. But I think that might have just been for me. It might have just kind of. I think I was just waiting for that, so it kind of took something away for me.
I think it looks good though. I'll probably see that this fall because I loved Rocky Balboa. I thought Rocky Balboa was fantastic.
See, I haven't seen Rocky Balboa yet.
Oh, it was so good.
That's what I've heard, but it's just one of those things where I just I haven't. I think I even own it, but I just haven't sat down and watched it.
When Circuit City was still around and I worked at the Verizon kiosk there, they were showing off the new TV, and that's the movie they were showing on repeat. So I've seen the movie. I enjoy the movie a lot.
They weren't showing like a Michael McDonald concert.
No, they would go between that and the CG Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie.
Nice.
Got you, Bug.
Did you guys? I didn't see any of this, but apparently somebody pranked Paris Hilton to think she was in a plane crash.
What?
I saw
And now she's
something
all upset
about it. And I'm just like, I just saw Paris Hilton pranked, and I'm like, nope, not clicking on that. Don't care.
Yeah, it's the first time I've heard her name in the news in forever.
Yeah. I'm like,
So to me, it almost seems like it's a work.
As Will is committing like horrible bug murder on the other end of this conversation.
Listen, it was a spider. I saved your life.
Yeah, you did. All right.
Being attacked by the swarm over there.
Yeah. Fucking Jersey bugs. Fuck them. All right.
Have you guys asked your iPhone?
What?
I was gonna say, have you asked your iPhone what's 0 divided by 0?
No, but I don't have an iPhone. I have an Android. But I had Gina and the kids ask their phones, and Siri is very sassy.
I heard that Siri is very sassy.
Tori's like, she said I have no friends, and she's arguing with her phone. I'm like, you realize you're arguing.
It is one of those fun things. When I am bored occasionally, I will ask Siri things to see what the answer I get, and I'll let it get more and more inappropriate.
Yes. Gina said,
to see how far it goes.
Siri's like, hey. That's funny. All right, we do have some DC and Marvel news. A little bit of DC news. A lot of Marvel news. As far as the DC stuff goes, it appears that in Ben Affleck's package of being Batman and
I don't want to talk about Ben Affleck's package.
As it was coming out, I was like, this is not the right word.
I don't want it coming out of Ben Affleck's package.
But I'll allow it. Well, apparently in his deal to be Batman in Batman v Superman v Justice Friends and Justice League, there is a Batman movie that's coming out that wasn't on DC's slated list of Batman movies that he's going to star and direct.
Because, Batman.
Listen, this hasn't been...
Now, because nothing says blockbuster movie, comic book movie that we've never seen before like a fucking Batman movie. We've got 2 fucking Batman movies on the fucking slate in the next year. We need another Batman movie?
Well,
did you yell until you froze your computer?
Yes.
No, he's okay. He's not going to break the computer this time. But
I don't know. If we talk about Dukes of Hazzard, I might.
I don't think we should talk about this. But this movie is apparently going to be called The Batman.
Wait.
What?
Is this Batman movie different? Is that this will be the first Batman movie directed by a guy who likes Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not going to be Tim Burton, who never read a comic book. It's not going to be Joel Schumacher, who made Batman fabulous. It's not going to be Chris Nolan, who hated everything whimsical and fun about Batman.
CSI Gotham.
It's going to be Ben Affleck, who
I want Ben Affleck
likes comic books.
I want him to direct the movie dressed as Batman with the Batman voice all the time.
And I get that.
And Ben Affleck directs a good movie. Argo was fantastic.
I get that.
Oh, I know. It's another Batman movie.
Yes.
I get
and they're not going to stop making Batman movies.
I get that. But we just had 3 fucking Batman movies. We've got a Superman movie coming out. That's a fucking Batman movie.
In disguise. See, that's how Batman is.
That's how Batman is. He is disguising a Superman movie as a fucking Batman movie.
Batman actually disguised as Superman.
And now we've got another movie that's coming out that's not a Batman movie, but it's a fucking Batman movie. There is confirmed footage of the Joker or Batman riding on the top of either the Batmobile or the fucking Joker-mobile, and it's a fucking Batman movie.
There's a lot of Batman.
I love Batman. I do. I love Batman.
Well, what we're getting now is that shared DC universe.
We're getting the exhibit version of Batman. It's like, yo, I heard you like Batman, so I put some Batman.
The way Warner Brothers has always worked is, if we're doing a superhero movie, it better be Batman. To the point of,
for those of you that are just listening, I am flipping everyone off.
Now,
I mean, we've talked about it in the past that they've tried to turn everything into Batman, even if it's not Batman. So of course they're going to put Batman in any property now that they can get their hands on.
That being
We're going to make an Aquaman movie, but it's going to be a Batman movie.
That being said, rumor has it there is good. Well, I can't say good because we don't know for sure, but we'll say interesting choices being made with the Green Lantern movie.
That's gonna have fucking Batman.
He'll be a Yellow Lantern.
I guarantee Ben Affleck is gonna squeeze his fat fucking ass into that fucking movie.
All right, listen. Chris Pine, who Captain Kirk from the new Star Trek movies, was rumored to be Steve Trevor in Wonder Woman. Apparently, that's not the role he was talking about. Rumor has it he might be Hal Jordan opposite a Jon Stewart Green Lantern in a Green Lantern movie. So there might be two Lanterns.
I like the idea as Chris Pine as Hal Jordan.
And, I mean, popular things are saying that Tyrese Gibson is, like, this close to being Jon Stewart. Personally, I'd go Idris Elba.
And Ben Affleck will be Batman.
Ben Affleck will be Kilowog, Batman disguised as Kilowog.
I don't think they're going to be able to get Idris Elba. He's busy.
I know he's busy. He's hanged out. But,
and he's not going to want to do another green screen movie.
No. And then, Chris, you were saying some Suicide Squad stuff, also known as Batman half movie.
The other Batman movie that is coming out next summer, Suicide Squad. The director supposed it is another Batman movie. I guarantee Batman is going to get as much screen time as the Joker in that movie.
You think?
I think.
I think he's only going to have like 10 minutes in that movie.
No, Batman is going to have his cowl and cape and codpiece all over that fucking movie. But yeah, supposedly the director had to hire a couple shrinks to hang out with the rest of the cast because since everybody is playing villains, they might all be going a little batshit crazy.
Like Jared Leto,
who was sending fucking dead rats to his cast members, to his castmates.
You know, Jared Leto, I think he's just one of those guys that works that angle.
He's like
Jared Leto is the emo version of Marilyn Manson. I get it. It's like
I was gonna say the emo.
He's a gimmick guy.
I was gonna say the emo.
He is. He absolutely
Lewis. Because Daniel Day-Lewis gets really into his roles, and Jared Leto seems to get really into his roles. They're just
Leto does, but Leto also has that music career where he created a character for his musician. You know, the Jared Leto 30 Seconds to Mars guy is a character.
True.
As much as like
he's an excellent
Alice
actor,
Cooper.
though. He's an excellent actor.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a good Joker.
I take nothing away from the guy.
I just love the fact that the director has hired shrinks to hang out with the rest of the cast members because they're going to be pretty fucked up after this movie.
Yeah,
sometimes I just like to talk shit about Jared Leto because I need to destroy something beautiful.
Fair enough.
All right, we will move on that. We can't wrap that up any better. Now, Marvel side of things, Ant-Man's coming out July 17th. Early buzz.
Pretty positive early buzz.
Not as fun as Guardians, but better than Age of Ultron. That's what we're hearing. So that's not bad.
That's not bad because I enjoyed Age of Ultron, and I've been kind of pegging this one as the possible miss.
Yes, and apparently it's not. There are confirmed 2 after-credit scene, a mid-credit scene, and an after-credit scene that are both supposed to be better than the Age of Ultron mid-credit scene. I'm thinking now that we have our Tom Holland Spider-Man, I don't think he's on the scene, but I think you're going to see a Spider-Man reference at the end of Ant-Man.
Possibly.
Also, it's been confirmed that Ant-Man is going to tie into Season 2 of Agent Carter, since Season 2 is taking place in California. And it's going to have a very noir feel to it, they were saying.
Cool.
Which my daughter is super excited, because she loves Agent Carter so much. She's very...
She wrote a letter, didn't she?
She did write a letter. So
an actual letter. She didn't send an email.
Mailed it.
Nobody sends letters anymore.
No. But yeah, so Season 2, the poster, if you go to Comic-Con, which I think is in a week or two, they're giving out an Agent Carter poster for free. Even though Marvel's not going to have a super big presence, they're not even going to have any panels or anything, because they're letting Star Wars kind of have this one. Plus, I honestly think they're trying to give Warner Brothers, like, here, you can have Comic-Con this year. You can do some stuff. But we're not going to dominate this year.
Well, I think, and some of it, what I heard was that they just didn't really have anything.
They don't need to.
They don't need to, but they don't really have anything to show. I mean, it's
Civil War's filming.
Yeah, there's nothing. There's nothing to roll out, and I mean, they've owned Comic-Con the past, half dozen years now. So it's
plus Disney's done its own D23 thing too.
Yeah, they do their own D23. I wouldn't be surprised if there's some Star Wars stuff at Comic-Con.
Oh, they already said they're bringing footage.
So that's gonna be the big thing. I think the Star Wars shit is gonna trump anything Warner Brothers rolls out.
They're like, we have Batman.
But at the same time, Warner Brothers better come, and they better fucking show me something.
They do. They gotta put it out on the table and be like, listen, stop worrying.
I want to be talking the week after Comic-Con on this show. I want to be talking about nothing but how awesome this movie looks.
Chris will eat his hat if Batman vs Superman looks good.
No, I'm being serious. I want them to wow me at Comic-Con because right now I just don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I really don't. Will I see the movie? Yeah, probably. But there's just nothing that I've seen so far has made me jump up and be like, this is the movie I've got.
Yeah, like that first trailer, or that trailer that just came, the last one that came out. I should have felt more excited about it.
The problem with that trailer was we all would have felt more excitement about that trailer had the Star Wars trailer not come out the day before.
True. We were all
because at that point it was like nerdgasm, and then it was like, oh, Batman Super. Mike and I were at Amazicon. I'm like, hey, dude, the Batman Superman trailer came out. Mike's kind of comment was, I'll watch it when I get home. Okay.
Oh, you want to cuddle? That's what that trailer was.
Yeah,
All right. Now, the other bit of Marvel news is apparently now through Secret Wars, which is I'm kind of reading now, which is a really good story. The aftermath of Secret Wars is all new #1 comics, all new universe, everything being smashed together. So
because that worked so well for DC.
I know, but I have the list of comics here. Some of them are questionable. Some of them I'm excited about. I don't understand how Carnage is having a comic.
But there's no Fantastic Four.
Venom had a comic.
Venom Space Knight.
I understand why there's no Fantastic Four comic, but that's neither here nor there.
Yes. Ben Grimm. Well, here's the thing. There's no Fantastic Four comic, but there are like 3 X-Men comics.
But there's always been like 3 X-Men.
Yeah, but I thought they were doing away with them, too.
Nah, they're not going to do it with the X-Men. That's where the fucking bread is buttered for the past 30-plus years.
There's going to be a new Ultimates #1, which looks like it has Captain Marvel. Not sure who she is. This one looks like... yeah,
you got a picture to bring up on the side so I can...
You know what? I'm going to link this in our chat, what I'm looking at. It's just all the covers. This way we'll go down the list together. This way it's not just me going, I don't know who these people are. So we'll start...
I don't know who this is. I don't know who this is. I don't know who this is.
So we got Carnage #1.
Wait. Is one of them Batman?
No, Batman is not in the Marvel ones.
I don't care about Carnage #1.
We got Venom Space Knight.
Venom Space Knight, I don't get.
Yeah. Ultimates #1 now.
I guess they put Venom in space.
This is where we got stuck here. Captain Marvel. Don't know who the girl next to Captain Marvel is.
She is Captain America, I would assume, because she's got the star on her chest.
Maybe she's the new not Star Girl. There was a. I don't know.
No, that's a Captain America.
You think? Maybe.
Oh yeah, there's a star.
Hold on, my thing's loading slow.
Who's Lightning Boy here?
That is. I'm gonna say that's Black Bolt.
No, because Black Bolt's in Inhumans, and they show him later.
But this is Ultimates.
Maybe. And then Black Panther.
Black Panther and North Star?
Maybe.
Female North Star?
Maybe. Now we have...
What are we looking at? Ultimates 1 here?
Ultimates
1. Then we got Web Warriors, which looks like the Spider-Man core.
It does. Don't care. Although, actually, no, I take that back. Spider-Ham is on this cover. I might pick this up.
And I'm sorry, but Spider-Gwen's costume is rad. I totally
Is that
her costume.
That Captain America trick? Is that female Bucky from?
I think you're right. That might be.
Maybe it's female Bucky
From that other universe?
Maybe.
Yeah, I bet that too.
Because what this is, it is mashing in all the universes together. Now we do have the return of Spider-Man 2099.
I think the girl that's flying. Who's the girl on Alpha Flight?
Vindicator?
Vindicator. Yes.
Yeah,
No, not Vindicator. The other girl. No. The one that was the twin.
Aurora.
Aurora.
No, not Guardian.
Aurora.
Yeah, I bet that's who that is.
Then we got
Spider-Man 2099. I didn't care 20 years ago.
See, I dug Spider-Man.
I don't care now.
I did dig him. Spider-Woman #1, where she's
Why is she pregnant?
on the cover. I don't know.
Scrolling past.
Daredevil #1.
Giving him the costume from the TV show.
Yep.
With Gambit. Okay, I can deal with that.
Yep. The Howling Commandos of Shield #1, starring Man-Thing.
I'm digging that because it's got Dum Dum and it's got Man-Thing
and the Wolf. The Wolf over there in the corner. That's not Capwolf.
No, it's Werewolf by Night or Man Wolf. Night.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a Jack Trevor Werewolf by Night. This is a book that they've established in the past, and they've actually had them on the Incredible Hulk cartoon a couple of times. The Howling Commandos are all monsters now that S.H.I.E.L.D. has rounded up.
I'm kind of down with that.
That's kind of cool.
Amazing Spider-Man 1.
Now, this is Peter Parker, Amazing Spider-Man. Because if you scroll to the next one, it's Miles Morales Spider-Man, who is now in the official Marvel universe.
Hold on, you're getting ahead of something.
What?
In Amazing Spider-Man #1, he's driving the spider buggy on the side of a building.
Holy shit, he is!
He absolutely is.
Oh my god, the spider buggy's back. I had that toy.
And then we've got
Wait. I'm looking at the Spider-Man cover a little deeper now. Why does it look like Peter Parker might be a super spy?
I told you, Peter Parker is now like Tony Stark. Peter Parker now owns a corporation.
So he's Bat Iron Man.
Yeah, pretty much. So
because that building is PI, Parker
Industries. Parker Industries.
Okay. And he appears to be in Asia.
I am scrolling past that.
All right, Miles Morales, which I'm actually excited for.
Scrolling past that.
I know you don't like Miles. Ant-Man.
There's a Parker Industries thing behind him too.
Yeah.
He does?
Because Peter is gonna be his mentor.
They're doing the Batman Beyond thing with him.
Yes.
Okay.
Ant-Man 1.
He's got a movie coming out. Makes sense.
Makes sense. I can be down with that.
Silk, who's one of the Spider Corps.
Don't care.
Yeah. Uncanny.
Oh, I do like the villains that are on Ant-Man 1.
There's Crimson Dynamo. Or Whirlwind, I'm sorry, that's Whirlwind.
Whirlwind Porcupine.
Yeah.
It's so great. Now,
I always fucking love the Porcupine. Grizzly.
I have the Death of Porcupine issue of Captain America, which is fantastic.
Now, after Silk, the next two are actually the same cover. It's Uncanny Avengers. So it looks like the lineup for Uncanny Avengers is Quicksilver, Peter Parker, two new characters. I don't know who these two are.
One of them, I think, is Grim Reaper.
Is that Grim? It looked like Papa Shango to me.
One of those Papa Shango, I think, might be Grim Reaper.
Who's the guy, Brother Voodoo? He's wearing Spawn's shirt, whoever he is.
Spawn's gonna be pissed.
They had a guy. There was Brother Voodoo or somebody.
I think
along those lines who was a Papa Shango type of guy, and the other one looks like Katana.
It does look like Katana, but that's. I mean, we'll call her Shinobi.
The one underneath that is Old Man Captain America, which I hate.
Human Torch,
Rogue, and
Deadpool.
I was reading Uncanny Avengers for a while, the first volume of it.
Yeah.
And I liked it. I don't know if I'm going to get on board for this.
This is an interesting lineup. I don't think I like Quicksilver's new costume.
No.
With the fast forward symbol on his chest.
Yeah, that's kind of dumb.
That's weird.
All new Wolverine, female Wolverine.
Yeah, X-23.
Which is X-23.
Yep.
Don't care.
Whatever. Uncanny X-Men. Which looks like Psylocke, Mystique, Storm Shadow, and Sabretooth.
I was gonna say Firefly. Magneto and Sabretooth.
What's his name?
And Magneto.
It's not Weapon Zero. He's Fathom X.
Okay.
Whatever.
I forget what his powers were. Yeah, Sabretooth and Magneto.
Yeah.
All New X-Men 1 is the alternate universe of the original class with X-23 thrown in.
Yeah, it looks like Beast, Angel, Cyclops, Iceman, X-23, and...
Now, is this gay Iceman, or is this regular Iceman?
And no Jean Grey?
I think Iceman is officially... I think he's still gay. No, Jean Grey is in the next X-Men comic, but it's young Jean Grey in the same team as Old Man Logan, Storm, Nightcrawler...
And normal straight Bobby Drake Iceman.
Yeah, I don't know. That's
I'm scrolling past that. Old Man Logan 1, scrolling past that.
Nova and Son, we'll say? Because it's just Nova number 1. But
I guess so. Hawkeye getting her own book?
It's 2 Hawkeyes.
I guess.
Is every Marvel character either a chick? They switched them all to a chick or a minority now?
This is,
yes.
As Kevin Smith said on his podcast, it's kind of like the United Colors of Benetton over here in Marvel Land right now.
Okay.
Karnak number 1.
Isn't that the character that
Johnny Carson
used to do?
Yes. Now he's a badass.
Past that.
New Avenger
1. Don't know anybody on that cover.
Hawkeye and a Hulk.
Songbird, it's not Hulk. I think that's Hulkling from...
Oh my god, are they really bringing Hulkling in here?
Yes. Hawkeye and Hulkling, I'm scrolling past.
Hawkeye, that's Songbird from the Thunderbolts on the left.
Okay.
And the rest I'd kind of be guessing at.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
Illuminati number 1?
Illuminati, scrolling past it.
Sam Wilson, Captain America. Which again looks like a Batman Beyond type thing almost, except they're fighting.
I'm keeping my mouth shut.
All right, Star-Lord number 1.
I don't want to offend anybody, so I'm keeping my mouth shut.
All right, Star-Lord number 1.
Star-Lord number 1. Yeah, I'd be on board for that.
Followed by Guardians of the Galaxy with a female Star-Lord. Thing.
Why is Thing and Venom part of the Guardians of the Galaxy?
Groot, Drax.
Thing was an astronaut and a pilot.
I guess so.
Next, Scarlet Witch getting her own book.
Witch? Yeah, don't care.
The
Miss
new
Marvel.
Yeah.
The new Miss Marvel.
Who's actually, I've read a couple issues. She's actually really fun.
I've heard she's pretty good. Why she's wearing female Thor's helmet and she's hanging out with Medusa and Lockjaw, I'll never know.
She's got a female Thor's helmet, Iron Man's gauntlet, Cap's shield, and Black Widow's belt.
Black Widow's belt, and she's hanging out with Medusa and Lockjaw.
She's like a 14-year-old girl that's just happy to be a superhero. That's pretty much why.
Spider-Gwen, scrolling past.
She's great. I'm sorry. You got to give her a chance. Spider-Gwen's great.
Drax 1, I might be on board for, because it's written by CM Punk.
That is this one. Okay. Angela, who is coming back from Spawn.
It's not about my cousin-in-law. Don't care.
Okay. Howard the Duck, number 1.
I'm on board for Howard the Duck.
Yes.
Because everybody loves Howard.
Deadpool #1 because he needs another #1.
Because he needs another #1.
I like that Howard the Duck #1 is covered in famous hats.
Yeah. I see a Gizmo Duck's hat there. From DuckTales.
Yes.
Yes.
And Jughead and
Scrooge McDuck's hat. And,
I used to have that baseball cap with the ice cream from Ground Round.
Crocodile Dundee's hat.
That's interesting. Squadron Supreme. Alex Ross is doing a lot of covers.
I vaguely remember Squadron Supreme when I was a kid.
Squadron Supreme was Marvel's version of the Justice League. They were an interdimensional team that came over, and it's Hyperion with Superman.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I ever read it.
There's a Batman, a Wonder Woman, a Green Lantern, a Flash.
This cover couldn't be more Justice League if you tried. Holy shit!
Right? With Alex Ross cover, absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, that's what it was just they wrote their own version of Justice League, and we're like, all right, here you go.
Nice. Mighty Thor #1.
Mighty Thor #1, female Thor. Still not on board with.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which is Agent Coulson's book.
I kind of dig that.
Yep.
Vision's got a new book.
Yep. Yeah. Uncanny Inhumans, which is Medusa, Black Bolt,
Beast,
Shark Fin Soup, Beast, and
Human Torch.
I forget the name of that guy. That's the Aquaman Inhuman.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know who's the Batman-looking Brian Bosworth dude in the background.
I know. I thought it was Hawkeye at first, and then he has wings, so I don't know what is. Maybe he's Hawkeye in a wing glider suit.
Now, this is just a question, but because they canceled Fantastic Four, do they have to put a member of the Fantastic Four in every other fucking book? Because this is like the third Johnny Storm I've seen.
Maybe there's multiple Human Torches. Maybe Android Human Torch is coming back.
I've heard good things about Contest of Champions.
I play the game on my phone and I love it.
Which takes place on Battle World.
Yes, it does.
Which is where Secret Wars is happening.
And Captain Marvel, which I dig that look. That's probably going to be the movie look.
Yeah, Doctor Strange has got a new book.
Oh wait, speaking of Doctor Strange, did you guys see the fan-made Doctor Strange movie intro?
No, I saw that it existed, but I
didn't.
I'll show you after the show. It's fucking amazing. I can't see it as a movie intro, but you know how before the end credits they always have like a cool thing going on.
Right. Yeah.
I could see it as that. The all new old. How many Avengers books are there now?
A couple of different. But there's been a couple different Avengers books for a while.
We got
Lady Thor, Captain Vision. America, Falcon, Iron Man, Nova. Not Spider-Man, Captain Marvel, and Vision.
You hate Miles.
I don't care for Miles.
Then we have A-Force, old lady Avengers.
Going back to Miles, I just think I'm just kind of sick of Miles being forced down our throat. So
but he has a fan following.
He does, but I'm just not a fan.
Then A-Force, which is the old lady team.
Nice to see She-Hulk on a book again.
Yeah.
Totally awesome Hulk.
Is that Dazzler?
That is.
Yeah, we don't know.
I saw and going back to AC Comics.
Oh my God, that is Dazzler.
That is Dazzler. And Dazzler's always been one of my favorite.
This looks like the Rob Liefeld floating head cover.
Yeah. And we talked about this on the interview with Jay and Mike, but it was prior to us going on air, and my love of Dazzler. And then the last book is Totally Awesome Hulk #1.
Yeah,
and the tagline is Who is the Hulk?
Because he's got look. If you look at this, he has a black arm and a black face, like you can't see who they are. This is leading me to think this is someone we already know who it is. I think this is Tony Stark. I think it's Tony Stark.
I think it's Thor because Thor's missing his left arm.
I don't know.
That's just me being.
I think it's Tony Stark.
I will fucking riot if it's Tony Stark.
The rumor mill was kind of saying Amadeus Cho.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Chris got so mad that he left the chat.
Oh no!
He's so mad. He's like, "How dare you say Tony Stark is going to be Hulk?" So, yes, the Benetton ad of the new Marvel Universe. I mean, there's a lot. People are saying diversity. This is diversity.
I think it's diversity at the cost of sacrificing what had been established. I think there's enough there, and you could tell stories with new characters. I don't know. I'm sure it'll come back to the status quo at some point. It always does. And depending on how book sales go, it'll be sooner or later. Depending if they're making money with this, it'll keep going. If they're not making money with it, it's going to go away. It's all, it all comes down to dollars and cents. And if people want to read it, and we've said this a ton of times about the movies, about the books, if it's written well and executed well, people enjoy it, it's going to be around.
It's true.
If it sucks and nobody likes it, it's going to go away.
Let's see. You were saying Amadeus Cho. Let's see. Who is Marvel's totally awesome Hulk? This is annoying. I don't like it. Amadeus.
I was so annoyed by it that I hit the wrong button and bumped myself out of the conversation.
Here are the candidates they're saying that who it could possibly be. This is according to IGN. We got Amadeus Cho, like you were saying. He's the early front runner, they're saying. Ultimate Reed Richards.
Okay.
Another Human Torch.
I wipe the blood that's coming out of my nose.
Human Torch, which I don't think that's gonna.
Because Human Torch is in like 7 other fucking books.
And he's on fire. The Odin son, not Thor.
Which is not Thor. Well, that is the Odin son.
Yeah, but if you it's coming out of Secret Wars right now. It's basically the Thor core, where it's just like a planet of Thors. So
I don't have the energy. I just don't have the energy.
Teen Hulk, which no, we don't want him. Dakin, who is rumored to be Wolverine's son. Rick Jones, no, it's not going to be him. He was thrown on there.
If anything, I think I could accept Rick Jones as the Hulk.
I don't know. They're diversifying their portfolio. What's going on?
I just don't have the energy.
Imagine though if New Hulk here, with the blacked out face and the black arm, if that arm and that face were on fire, that would be. It'd be a giant green monster that punches you into fire.
Yeah, they had that. It's called the Super Skrull.
Maybe that's who he is. Maybe he's Super Skrull.
And this is why, again, going back to the conversation we had prior to going on the air with Jay and Mike last week, this is why I don't read Marvel books anymore, Marvel and DC anymore. This is why I read, when I do read books, I'm reading independent shit. Because I'm just tired of them fucking with shit. I get that you want to be more diverse. I get that you want to have strong women, but you've got 70 years of strong women characters. Stop. Just stop.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, they're going to be taking flags off of cars and...
We're not getting into that. You'll get mad again and your computer will shut off. You'll break...
I shut myself off because I was so angry at the Hulk thing that I hit the wrong button and bumped myself out of the conversation.
See, I don't want to get Chris mad again, so we're not going to talk about the new Ghostbuster costumes. We'll talk about that next week. I know. I know.
Fucking. I'm in my happy place.
Baby, go to sleep now.
Place.
All right. So I think we might wrap.
Yeah. I'm good. I think we can bring it home.
I think we can wrap this up today. Next week we'll have more anger to talk about because we'll talk about the Ghostbusters costumes that were revealed this week. But I have a feeling by the time we record next week, there's going to be more Ghostbuster stuff that came out. That's why I'm holding off on the costumes.
I don't hate them.
But you know where to find us. Ninjaverse.wordpress.com, Facebook.com/Ninjaverse. On SoundCloud, look for the Ninjaverse. We're on there. So all the Twitters, all the everything. I'm Will.
I'm Chris.
And I'm Mike.
And we'll see you next week.
And if you want to know who the new Hulk is, it's fucking me, goddammit!
He's always angry.
Smash!